Do you forget names, words, or things you just read a few minutes ago? What if I told you that memory is not a gift, but a skill you can train? In this lesson, you'll discover 12 science-based techniques to remember everything, while improving your English naturally through story and simple language. Memory is not a gift. It's not something only a few lucky people are born with. Memory is a skill, a mental muscle that you can train, strengthen, and expand. Most people believe they have a bad memory, but that is not true. The real problem is that they never learned how memory actually works. Your brain is not broken, it's simply untrained. And just like you can train your body through exercise, you can train your memory through daily practice. Think of your brain as a giant library. Every book inside that library is a piece of information you have collected: names, facts, words, lessons, stories. But to find a book later, you must put it on the right shelf, label it correctly, and visit it again from time to time. If you don't, it disappears into the dust. That's exactly how memory works. The brain remembers what you focus on, what you repeat, and what you connect emotionally. If something is boring, your brain ignores it. But if something surprises you, makes you laugh, or moves you deeply, it stays forever. In this video, you will learn 12 powerful techniques that are proven to help you remember anything. How to focus better, how to visualize information, how to turn words into stories, and how to make your memory last a lifetime. This is not just an English lesson. It's a journey to train your brain. As you learn these techniques, you'll also improve your English, listening, pronunciation, and understanding, because each example and sentence is simple, clear, and easy to follow. So listen carefully. Take notes if you can. Repeat the phrases out loud. As you learn to improve your memory, you also improve your mind, your confidence, and your language. Remember this line: this is not only an English lesson. It's a journey to train your brain. To remember everything, we first need a strong foundation. These first 4 lessons will help you understand how memory truly works and how to activate it with focus, imagination, and emotion. Lesson 1. Understand how memory works. Most people think memory is like a camera. It records everything automatically. But in reality, memory is more like a whiteboard. It keeps information for a short time and then erases it unless you decide to write it down permanently. Your short-term memory is that whiteboard. It can hold a few ideas for a few seconds, but soon they disappear. Your long-term memory is more like a notebook. It keeps information for life. The key is to move what's on the whiteboard into the notebook. How do you do that? Through attention, repetition, and emotional connection. When you pay attention, repeat the information, and connect it to something meaningful, your brain writes it into your long-term memory. That's how remembering begins, not with talent, but with training. Remember this: short-term memory is a guest. Long-term memory is a home. Lesson 2. Focus completely. You can't remember what you never truly noticed. Most people think they have a weak memory, but in truth, they have weak attention. Your brain can't store information that it didn't fully see, hear, or feel. Here's a simple practice: the 5-second focus rule. When you hear or read something important, stop for 5 seconds. Look at it. Say it out loud. Repeat it in your mind. Those 5 seconds tell your brain, this matters. Save it. Try this with names, new words, or facts. You'll be surprised at how much more you remember simply by slowing down. Remember, focus is the front door to memory. Lesson 3. Turn words into pictures. Your brain doesn't think in words, it thinks in images. That's why it's easier to remember a face than a name, or a movie scene than a paragraph. If you want to remember something, turn it into a picture in your mind. Make that picture strange, funny, or colorful. The more unusual, the better. For example, if you want to remember the English word apple, imagine a giant apple falling from the sky and bouncing on your head. If you want to remember someone named Mr. King, imagine him wearing a golden crown. This is called visual memory, and it's one of the most powerful tools you can use. Your mind will forget words, but it rarely forgets pictures. Remember, if you can see it, you can keep it. Lesson 4. Use storytelling. The brain doesn't love lists, it loves stories. A list of facts is boring, but a story connects those facts with emotion and movement. To remember a list of items, turn them into a funny or emotional story. For example, if you need to remember book, cat, car, and tree, imagine this. A cat is reading a book inside a car that crashes into a tree. Suddenly, your brain has a picture, a sequence, and an emotion, all three keys to memory. You can use this for studying, vocabulary, or even presentations. Every time you connect facts into a story, your brain builds stronger and faster memory paths. Remember, the more emotion, action, and imagination you use, the longer the memory will stay. These 4 lessons, understanding how memory works, focusing completely, turning words into pictures, and using storytelling, are the foundation of powerful memory. They transform remembering from something passive into something active, creative, and alive. When you master these, you are not just improving your memory, you are training your brain to think differently, to learn faster, and to remember longer. Once you understand how memory works and how to build strong foundations, it's time to strengthen your connections. These next 4 lessons will help you move from short-term remembering to long-term mastery. Lesson 5. Practice spaced repetition. Have you ever studied something and forgotten it the next day? That's because the brain forgets fast if you don't remind it that the information is important. The secret is spaced repetition, reviewing what you learn at carefully increasing intervals. Here's how it works. Review after 1 hour, then after 1 day, then after 2 days, then 4 days, and finally after 1 week. Each time you review, your brain says, "Ah, this must be important. Let me keep it longer." Think of it like watering a plant. If you water once, it dries out. But if you water regularly, the roots grow deep and strong. Your memory works exactly the same way. Apps like Anki or simple index cards can help, but even without tools, you can practice by revisiting what you learned on a schedule. Remember, repetition makes knowledge permanent. Lesson 6. Use emotional connections. The brain remembers what the heart feels. Emotion is the glue that holds memory together. When something makes you laugh, shocks you, or touches your heart, you never forget it. Use this to your advantage. When learning something new, attach a feeling to it. For example, if you're studying English vocabulary, connect each new word with an image or a funny emotion. Make happiness shine like the sun. Make fear look like a shadow hiding behind a wall. Even fake emotions, like pretending to be surprised or amused, can help. The stronger the emotion, the deeper the memory. Remember, facts fade, but feelings stay. Lesson 7. Teach what you learn. Teaching is one of the most powerful memory techniques on earth. When you explain something to another person, you must organize it, simplify it, and say it in your own words. This process forces your brain to recall and restructure knowledge, making it unforgettable. After learning something new, immediately share it. Explain it to a friend, record yourself summarizing it, or write a short post about it online. The moment you teach, you switch from being a learner to being a master. This is why teachers often remember their subjects better than students. They repeat, explain, and connect every day. Remember this simple truth. When you teach, you learn twice. Lesson 8. Create a mind palace. Now we move to one of the oldest and most fascinating memory systems in history, the mind palace. This technique was used by ancient Greek orators to memorize hours of speeches without notes. Here's how it works. Choose a place you know very well, your home, your school, your favorite cafe. Imagine walking through it in your mind. Now, assign a piece of information to each room or object. For example, if you need to remember a list of 10 items, place each one in a different location. A banana on your bed, a book on the kitchen table, a clock in the bathroom. When you want to recall the list, just walk through your mind palace and see the objects waiting for you. The brain remembers places more easily than random facts, so this method transforms invisible information into visible memories. Remember, the stronger your imagination, the stronger your memory. These 4 lessons, spaced repetition, emotional connection, teaching what you learn, and creating a mind palace, are the bridge between short-term learning and lifelong knowledge. They connect logic with feeling, discipline with creativity. When you practice them regularly, remembering will no longer be hard work. It will become a natural part of how you think and live. The final 4 lessons are about upgrading and protecting your memory. You've built strong techniques, but now it's time to make them last. Just like a garden needs both water and sunlight, your memory needs the right environment to grow and the right protection to stay healthy. Lesson 9. Review before sleep. The last 10 minutes before you fall asleep are golden minutes for your memory. During sleep, your brain organizes, filters, and stores the information you learned during the day. Whatever you focus on before bed has the highest chance of being saved into your long-term memory. So instead of scrolling through social media or watching random videos, use those final 10 minutes wisely. Review your notes. Repeat new English words. Think about what you learned. Close your eyes and visualize the key ideas one more time. You don't need to study for hours. Just a short, calm review is enough to send a message to your brain. This is important. Please remember it. Remember, what you study before sleep stays longer in your memory. Lesson 10. Write everything by hand. Typing is fast, but writing by hand is powerful. When you write something, your brain slows down. You think carefully about each word. You feel the movement, the shape, the sound. This process creates a physical connection between your mind and your body, a bridge that helps you understand and remember more deeply. Studies show that people who take handwritten notes remember more than those who type. Why? Because writing forces you to process information, not just record it. Try this. After learning something new, write a short summary in your notebook. Don't copy, write it in your own words. You'll notice that the information feels more alive and easier to recall later. Remember, writing is the brain's save button. Lesson 11. Use active recall. Most people read the same notes again and again and think they're studying. But reading is passive. The brain doesn't grow from repetition, it grows from retrieval. That means you must pull the information out, not just look at it. This is called active recall. After you learn something, close your book and ask yourself, what can I remember? Try to explain it aloud, or write down what you remember without looking. Even if you forget parts, the act of trying strengthens your memory paths. Think of it like lifting weights. Each time you recall information, you lift a mental weight, and your memory muscles grow stronger. Remember, don't just review, recall. Lesson 12. Protect your mind from overload. Your brain is powerful, but it has limits. When you fill it with too much noise, endless notifications, news, and social media, it becomes cluttered. There's no space left for real learning. Protect your memory by creating mental silence. Start your mornings without screens. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Practice digital fasting. Spend 1 or 2 hours a day completely offline. Use that time to think, walk, read, or simply breathe. When your mind is quiet, it can focus, organize, and remember better. A calm brain is a smart brain. Remember, your memory grows in silence, not in noise. These 4 lessons, reviewing before sleep, writing by hand, using active recall, and protecting your mind from overload, are the keys to maintaining a healthy, powerful memory. They teach you not only how to remember, but also how to care for your brain. When you practice them daily, your memory will stop fading. It will become stronger, sharper, and more reliable, ready to serve you for a lifetime. You have now learned 12 powerful techniques to remember everything. Let's take a moment to review what you've discovered. 1. Understand how memory works. 2. Focus completely. 3. Turn words into pictures. 4. Use storytelling. 5. Practice spaced repetition. 6. Use emotional connections. 7. Teach what you learn. 8. Create a mind palace. 9. Review before sleep. 10. Write everything by hand. 11. Use active recall. 12. Protect your mind from overload. These 12 principles are like 12 keys. Each one opens a different door inside your mind, doors to clarity, focus, and long-term memory. Now, let's also practice your English. We'll learn 7 important words that appeared in this lesson. Listen carefully, repeat after me, and say each sentence aloud. Word 1. Memory. Repeat. Memory. Memory means the ability to remember things. Example: a strong memory is built through daily practice. Word 2. Focus. Repeat. Focus. Focus means full attention on one thing. Example: if you want to remember, you must first focus. Word 3. Image. Repeat. Image. An image is a picture in your mind. Example: your brain remembers images better than words. Word 4. Repeat. 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 To repeat means to say or do something again. Example: when you repeat information, your brain saves it longer. Word 5. Emotion. Repeat. Emotion. Emotion means a strong feeling like joy, fear, or surprise. Example: emotion gives life to memory. Word 6. Recall. Repeat. Recall. Recall means to bring information back from your memory. Example: try to recall without looking, it makes your memory stronger. Word 7. Connection. Repeat. Connection. A connection is a link between ideas. Example: the more connections you make, the easier it is to remember. These words are not just vocabulary, they are tools. Each one represents a step in the process of remembering. When you combine them, memory, focus, image, repeat, emotion, recall, connection, you build a powerful system for learning and for life. This is the beauty of learning through story. You are not only learning English, you are learning how your mind works, how your memory grows, and how your thoughts shape your future. So, repeat this line with me. This is not only about remembering information. It's about remembering life, with clarity, focus, and energy. Every time you learn something new, you have 2 choices: to forget it, or to make it part of who you are. Choose to remember. Practice daily. Teach others. And your mind will stay young, active, and alive. You have now learned 12 powerful techniques to remember everything. Let's take a moment to review what you've discovered. Understand how memory works. Focus completely. Turn words into pictures. Use storytelling. Practice spaced repetition. Use emotional connections. Teach what you learn. Create a mind palace. Review before sleep. Write everything by hand. Use active recall. Protect your mind from overload. These 12 principles are like 12 keys. Each one opens a different door inside your mind, doors to clarity, focus, and long-term memory. Now, let's also practice your English. We'll learn 7 important words that appeared in this lesson. Listen carefully, repeat after me, and say each sentence aloud. Word 1. Memory. Repeat. Memory. Memory means the ability to remember things. Example: a strong memory is built through daily practice. Word 2. Focus. Repeat. Focus. Focus means full attention on one thing. Example: if you want to remember, you must first focus. Word 3. Image. Repeat. Image. An image is a picture in your mind. Example: your brain remembers images better than words. Word 4. Repeat. 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 To repeat means to say or do something again. Example: when you repeat information, your brain saves it longer. Word 5. Emotion. Repeat. Emotion. Emotion means a strong feeling like joy, fear, or surprise. Example: emotion gives life to memory. Word 6. Recall. Repeat. Recall. Recall means to bring information back from your memory. Example: try to recall without looking, it makes your memory stronger. Word 7. Connection. Repeat. Connection. A connection is a link between ideas. Example: the more connections you make, the easier it is to remember. These words are not just vocabulary, they are tools. Each one represents a step in the process of remembering. When you combine them, memory, focus, image, repeat, emotion, recall, connection, you build a powerful system for learning and for life. This is the beauty of learning through story. You are not only learning English, you are learning how your mind works, how your memory grows, and how your thoughts shape your future. So, repeat this line with me. This is not only about remembering information. It's about remembering life, with clarity, focus, and energy. Every time you learn something new, you have two choices: to forget it, or to make it part of who you are. Choose to remember. Practice daily. Teach others. And your mind will stay young, active, and alive.